Pere. Gotcha.
Hello?
Dance, monkey.
Who is this?
Dance. Gotcha.
Who's the fool now? Malcolm Todd, release 2025 by none other than Malcolm Todd. Pretty creative, I know, but in all honesty, I think he labeled this project after himself mainly because the album goes into his life, some of his experiences, and his loss. You'll get themes in the music that you can easily relate to, being able to form your own experiences while you listen, and I had fun listening to this project. I discovered his music after listening to a repo TikTok that looked pretty cool. I saw that feeling of the world going around you while you take in one of your favorite songs, and I definitely related to that feeling as well. But when it comes to the project, it's a little under 40 minutes, so it's a pretty quick listen, and it accompanies 14 tracks to count, with producer credits going to Malcolm himself. I know he learned how to play guitar in like 2020-ish, somewhere around there, along with learning the bass and choir band. Pretty cool. Then you have Charlie. Apparently he's one of the best drummers in LA. Is that cap? Let me know in the comments. And the last person with producer credits is Jonah Cochran. And for features, you only have one. That would be a Mr. Omar Apollo. I listened to Evergreen by him while looking into the album, and that brother can sing. He pretty much dabbles in the R&B, so if you like stuff like that, check him out. But now we're gonna rank the songs on a tier list, so you can see the best songs on the project down to the worst ones, followed up by letting you guys know how I feel about the project overall, so stay tuned for that. And without further ado, time to tier list. Alright, and now we're pretty much to the tier list part of the video, and pretty much here, we got on the left hand side of the screen our tiers. We're just gonna rank these songs from best to worst. I'll explain the tiers. You got the very top, the very best, I love. Yeah, if your song is in that tier, it's really good. I love that song as a matter of fact. So, good stuff, good stuff. And then you have Concrete, and a little bit under I love, but it's still very solid. You know, if your song is right here, song is super solid, full choke. And then you have Malcolm in the Mid. If it's in the middle, if it's Malcolm in the middle, then it's not a bad song, but it's not a great song either. It's a good song pretty much. So just Malcolm in the Mid. And then you got Boo Boo's The Fool. And there was an important question asked on this project. Who's the fool? And to answer that question, Boo Boo's the fool. So keep that in mind. That's that tier. Then we got the very bottom tier. Seriously, Malcolm? Come on. I mean, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If your song is right here, seriously, Malcolm, come on. Yeah, and that's pretty much the tiers. So now we're gonna just rank the songs, and we're gonna start at the very top of the project, work our way down to the bottom. So starting with Harry Styles, I'm going to put this in Malcolm in the Mid tier. Just the intro, it's nothing crazy, really. Just a sign of what's to come. A good song nonetheless. And then you have Make Me a Better Man. We are also gonna put that in Malcolm in the Mid tier. Not a bad song. This is a pretty good song, but it's nothing crazy. Still warming up the project, but I'm just gonna put it in Malcolm in the Mid tier for now. And then we have Who's the Fool? An important question. I think we're gonna put that in Malcolm in the Mid tier as well. I know some of y'all might be mad at me. The first 3 songs on the project is in the mid tier, but these aren't bad songs. I want y'all to remember that these are not bad songs. They really just feel like they're warming up, setting the tone of the rest of the project. But just gonna put that in Malcolm in the Mid tier for now. And then we got the mega hits. The chest pain I love. We're gonna put that in I Loved Her, obviously. One of the best songs on the album, 100%. He released this a couple months ago and it blew up on TikTok. It's pretty much a track about dealing with loss. And just wanna say, if you guys are ever feeling anxious or depressed, just talk to somebody. It'll always help. At least most of the time, at least. And then we have Doll. There was a chime or like a little, or a flute in the instrumental. Sounded really good. I think we're gonna put this in Concrete tier. Right after that, hell of a hit and Chest Pain, you know, you still have some heat, you know, nothing too crazy. Doll, going in Concrete. Pretty good song, pretty good song. And then you have Bleed. This is the song featuring Omar Apollo, and I think we're gonna put that in the I Love tier. This is definitely one of the best songs on the album, 1000%. When the chorus starts coming in along with the instrumental, it's just straight heat. And then the freaking Omar come in on top of that, straight gas. Yeah. And I Love tier for sure. And then we have Good Job Malcolm. This is more like an interlude type of a song. We're gonna put this in Concrete tier, as a matter of fact. It sounded pretty good, you know, if you just like strings. It reminded me of a song I learned in orchestra when I was in school. Viva La Vida, I believe it is, by Coldplay. It was a hell of a good song for real. And then we have Lying. We're gonna put this in Malcolm in the Mid tier, I think. It's a pretty good song, actually. It pretty much talks about talking to the girl of your dreams and putting on a front to go talk to her. So, you know, we've all been there, except for me. And then we got Walk the Class. We're gonna put that in I Love tier as well. I was in the car listening to this and it was raining. I worked on night shift, so it was night as well. But all that combined really set the mood. Really good vibe of a song for real. Gonna put that in I Love tier. And then we have Florent. It is a slower song, but it's still solid. Gonna put that in I Love tier for sure. Then we got Concrete. The good old Concrete. I guess it's natural. We're just gonna go ahead and put it in Concrete tier. When the chorus comes in on top of the instrumental, deadly combination. That's a really good song for real. And then you have I Do. I believe this is also another interlude. It kind of reminded me of Leaving on a Jet Plane. That one song. It's a pretty good song. But kind of just a interlude. Still pretty good though. And then we have Cheer Me On. I'm gonna put this in Concrete tier as well. This song really could have been perfect for a Disney Pixar movie. Specifically Cars, you know, like when they're fixing the road or something. You could really see that. Just think about that next time you listen to that song. I'm gonna put that in Concrete tier for sure. And then the very last song on the album, I'll Come Back For You, the outro. I think I'm gonna put this in Concrete tier. It's just a pretty chill outro, you know, play some strings, but that's until the beat drops. And once that beat drops, changes the song entirely. Definitely Concrete tier for sure. And that's pretty much the tier list. It looks pretty even if you ask me. There's no trash songs on the album either. No Boo Boos to Fool. Or no freaking Seriously Malcolm, come on. That's pretty good if you ask me. But if you guys agree or disagree with anything that I've placed on the tier list, let me know. Post it down in the comments below. And I guess with saying that, well, go ahead and wrap it up. I'll give you my overall thoughts on the album. And that'll be it. I guess the overall score I would give for the album, it would probably be an 8.8 out of 10. It was super solid, you know. It's his sophomore album, but for this to be his second, like, actual album, it was really nice. I definitely think I'm going to review his first album. It's called Sweet Boy. It came out in 2024, so we'll see how much of a jump he was able to make in just a year. I definitely can't wait for the next project to come out. Definitely looking forward to listening to that, so whenever that do drop, definitely be ready. But with saying that, I think that is gonna wrap it up for the video. I will be reviewing Pink Hearts by Sophago next on the channel, so that'll be coming out in the next couple of days. And then I'll just be releasing something else after that, probably a little Tekka album or something, but who knows. If you guys have any interesting ideas or any interesting albums or any just music in general, let me know. Post it in the comments down below and I'll check it out. But with saying that, that'll do it for the video, and as always, enjoy music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.